like, hi, we're the Smiths, and my
Joey
husband is
over
Josh. This is my son Matthew, my other son Lehi, my other son Lemuel, and Sam. And then just go off. Where from?
Why is naming him Lemuel?
I don't know. Just to make sure they don't get it. They can flip the narrative.
Yeah, flip the narrative.
Welcome back to Unscripted, you guys. It's me, Jackson, with
Sabrina.
And today we're going to be talking about some cultural things in the church, whether they be things we do, things we say, activities.
Things we think.
Yeah, things we think.
Things some people think, but probably shouldn't think.
Yeah, maybe some weird things that actually do happen, and they're kind of tied to doctrine and or church policy. So, but it should be pretty fun. Some of them are going to be fun. Some of them will be frustrating.
Yes. What topic should we start with?
Okay, I love the first one.
Okay, we'll start with this segment of it is things that people may judge other people on, thoughts that they may have, whether they be justified or not justified. Yeah, and then some other random things, and that's what this one is. So, What's the first one?
First one on the list is weird feelings towards beards / the beard ban at BYU.
Don't be ridiculous, Doctor. The beard is an ancient and proud tradition.
I wrote a 20-page paper about this in my Writing 150 class at BYU, and I go to BYU.
Do you have a beard card?
I have a freaking beard card.
Because you get like the rashes.
Yeah, I get it's been a genetic thing since I'm 17. You have to renew it every single year. Meaning the only way to renew it is I have to clean shave. And I get really bad.
And to prove that you get it?
It's like my genes are the same. I ain't gonna all of a sudden not have this,
yeah, my dad had a beard card too, but...
See, that's what's up.
Weird.
It's dumb.
Jesus had a beard.
Jesus had a beard, and President Oaks, in 1971, President Allen H. Oaks, BYU president at the time, said, it's because of the current culture with hippie stuff, and we're not going to be associated with that. They're subject to change, and I'd be surprised if they don't change. That was 51 years ago. What's going on, Dallin?
That's in your report?
Yep.
All right, well... Someone is heated from the start.
Yeah.
Second one, modesty enforcement. I mean, I feel like I have a lot of feelings on that. We've done episodes about it. We'll probably do episodes in the future. Don't judge other people's modesty. Period. Okay.
Tattoos and piercings. So one of my brothers, he is a metalhead. He loves metal music. He is an amazing drummer and just an amazing musician, and part of just like a culture about metal music and stuff is sometimes people get like just these fun tattoos or piercings and stuff. Personally, I'm like I don't want them. I don't feel like I need them, but for him, it's really cool because he's like I just always wanted piercings. It's something I've always wanted to do. And my parents were kind of like sus about it, but he got them, and then the day after he got them, that was a Sunday, gets called by the bishop to be a ward missionary, and because there's this guy who's also kind of like a metalhead.
Oh yeah, I see where this is going.
And he's like, dude, like, you remember this church? Like, I thought you couldn't have earrings and stuff. I thought I was alone. I thought I was like a weird freakazoid guy.
Yeah.
And he connected with this dude and has him going to church.
Cool.
So it's super cool.
And the For Strength of Youth update helps a lot. Hopefully will help with some of these things and the way that members think about them.
And it doesn't stop you from entering the Lord's house.
Yeah. One thing is that sometimes people think that doctrine or church policy shouldn't or won't ever change. And first of all, it already has and it will. And so I hope you're not thinking that. It's an ongoing restoration, right?
Yep.
Ongoing.
There's doctrine, principle, policy, and practice. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
No need to shout. No need to yell. No need to have a riot.
Oh, wait, hold up. The dirty soda and cookie addictions. There's this new one that opened up by Tim Pusey, the new one. There's a new soda place.
Oh. There's always a new soda place.
Why are all the Karen drinking Diet Coke? Come on, guys.
I mean, I think that a good dirty soda tastes pretty good.
Yeah.
But
every day
we should keep in mind that is also not the best thing for our body. So
unless you want type 2 diabetes.
Be careful. Yeah. There's just some things I think that we overlook. Where a lot of times we're really quick to judge people who are like breaking the clear and obvious things in the word of wisdom.
Like, you drink alcohol?
But it's also in there that we need to be healthy. So
yeah,
don't forget that. Okay, one thinking that being a member means that you're a Republican or that other people think the same politically as you, and that shouldn't be true.
Shouldn't be true. And it's obviously not.
Yeah, not even amongst, we're not going to tell you who's who and what's what, but amongst our Saints Unscripted hosts, there's a variation of political...
Amongst the corner of the 12 apostles. There always has been. And luckily it's like less public nowadays. But you can go back to the minutes of like the early 1900s and they would get in shouting matches.
Oh.
So fun.
Okay, complaining about church culture. I mean, we're kind of currently doing that.
Yeah.
But, like, I wonder, let us know if you're of any other faiths or have experience in other faiths. If people do that, like, for other religions, too. Or I mean, they probably do, right?
Just whining.
Yeah, maybe we're just
Mormons
annoying.
are just babies. Toxic perfectionism. That one is just too real.
Yeah, and we have an episode about that.
Yep.
Understands us perfectly. We know that he is not the one who is trying to kick us even harder when we're down.
But it happens with literally everything you do. Like the way you have to dress, the way you have to act, the way you have to speak, every single thing. And especially here in Utah, it's already like a church thing, but in Utah it's a little more concentrated. It's a little more...
And a lot of it comes from yourself, and it shouldn't... I mean, we need to love ourselves and give ourselves and other people more grace.
Use the atonement.
Yeah. But this one is teaching, like, I think it's specifically teaching, like, children that Jesus didn't actually drink wine. It was grape juice. Come on, let's not lie.
Kuasher and Sarah!
Interchanging church and gospel. The church is true rather than the gospel. Yeah, that's just so... I don't know. I don't have the biggest problem with it, but sometimes people like do.
Yeah.
They do say things that are weird. They're like, I believe in the gospel, but not the church. It's like, you can't. Wait a sec.
I don't know.
Very strange.
There's one like that also that's mixing up the way that they use priesthood power and priesthood authority.
Yes.
Saying that.
They are similar, but they're different.
Yeah.
Shaming or the return missionaries. I think we have like a few episodes about this.
We've got enough episodes. Well, no, maybe not enough.
We could have its own
It can never be
playlist.
said enough. Let's not do that because you never, ever know their situation and their story and their connection with... You don't know. So please don't ever do that. This one is the Mormon Standard Time, which I don't know. Personally, I think I haven't had a ton of experience with that recently, but I do know that I've seen, or I mean, it's like family gatherings where a lot of people in the family are members of the church. They always start things late. I don't know.
From my experience, my home ward growing up, or especially in YSA now, is you're at church and all of a sudden the sacrament's over, the doors open. There's just tons
all
of
the people are just late.
Yeah, that's one I've experienced.
That's a weird thing. I don't like being late. I can't be late, but
the next one, the more you offer to pray, the hotter your smell will be.
Have you ever heard that?
Can you say that more clearly? I didn't even understand what you said.
That's so... The more you offer to pray, the hotter your spouse will be, the future spouse will be. Maybe I should put that one in order.
It's not.
In your experience, guys.
We had a similar one as missionaries. It was every time you drop the 10
pounds.
I hate that.
So
Come on, you
bad.
guys.
In South America, they would say 10 kilos. And you're like, 10 freaking kilos? But that's not true. It was just funny. But then we got covers on our Books of Mormon. So
Oh, no.
boom, protected.
Those are horrible. Okay.
Yeah,
one is missionaries can't hug people of the opposite sex. I think that in the White Handbook, at least the White Handbook I had, talks about how like you don't want to appear like flirtatious or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I have a personal experience that will always haunt me.
Oh gosh.
And it was on my mission, the first person that I helped get baptized, like the most like golden person you will ever like, just so golden, right? And went to his baptism. My companion and I like painted this picture for him, like had a scripture on it. We gave it to him. And he was just like so happy. It was like the best day ever for him. He tried to hug us and both of us were so awkward. And we were like, and he didn't know.
Oh, no.
And I like still feel so bad about it. And I feel like I someday need to just like explain it to him. But now I know it's too late. And it was just really sad. So I feel like, yeah, we don't want to like look flirtatious, but also we don't want to hurt people's hearts.
And
anyways,
the new guideline for disciples of Jesus Christ what it's called now.
Mm.
But I don't think last time I read it was probably been like over a year. But I don't think it has anything explicitly about hugging the opposite sex. I think it just has like you don't want to appear like this. The same principle.
Yeah.
You don't want to appear flirtatious or appear that you're courting someone. But for me, I hugged all the old ladies. All the old ladies that sounds so weird in context. All the old ladies that we were teaching that were like, elders, we love you. We're like, we love you too. You know, thinking you can only be friends with or date members. That is such a bad thing.
So bad.
So we moved here from New Jersey. We get here. And my brother's in elementary school. He told me this story. And his first day in elementary school, he meets this kid, becoming friends at the playground. And he's like, hey, you want to come back to my house? We can play. He said, yeah, but my parents won't let me play with people who are Mormon. My brother was like 9 or 10 at the time. Like, what the heck? What are you like teaching you? That is so mean. That is so rude.
I know that I saw a post, I believe it was on Al Caraway's Instagram, about like her daughter's birthday party, I believe. And someone said something like, how did she get that many people there? Like, I don't think there's a lot of members where you live. And she was like, excuse me, do you want my daughter to only have friends that are members? That's not a way that we need to like understand and embrace all sorts of people and thoughts and yeah. Anyways, and last one on this topic is thinking it's always better to marry a return missionary.
Thomas S. Monson did not serve full-time mission. Kaboom.
Our prophet?
Russell M. Nelson. Dieter F. Uchtdorf.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said about like the shaming return missionaries, like we don't know anyone's like path or experiences, but I mean, I know some people who did not serve missions who I think appeared to me as very spiritually strong. People who did serve missions who are really having a hard time or you know whatever. And okay, next topic is general like things we do or like events we have, things like that. First one is youth dances.
I've never been to one.
What?
Yeah, isn't that weird? I never went to one.
What?
I know.
I have too many scarring memories of
I just never went to one.
Oh man, I don't even want to talk about them.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see how they might be good.
Yeah.
But also, yeah. I think I left a church dance crying once because my friend was talking to a guy I thought was cute.
Oh my gosh.
Always hiding when it's the slow dance song because I don't want anyone to ask me. Anyways.
Church ball is that church basketball or any other sports.
Or
Usually basketball ball.
Yeah.
It gets so heated. And my dad, I don't know if this is when he was in New Jersey or he was in Utah. No, I think he was in Utah, but he said BYU playing church ball is why I say. And they went to like the championships and they had to stop because one of his teammates, they started like punching a dude in a church ball game in a stake center.
Oh no.
What are you doing?
Trek, if you ever heard of it. Have we ever done an episode on Trek? I don't know. Maybe we should.
It was addressed in the Pioneer.
In the Pioneer one, which goes along with the next one, which is celebrating Pioneer Day. And I know that's not just Utah, because when I was in Germany, they celebrated Pioneer Day and had like a whole event.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Saints. After parties for baptisms, farewells, homecomings,
baby blessings,
everything. Like, okay, so there's somewhat of a special event. Let's go eat and be merry.
And usually, if it's an event that takes place on a Sunday, say baby blessing, then the family and then like all the friends and family that they brought just disappear for like an hour and go.
And remember, it's our little secret.
Honestly, I like the after parties, but I do feel bad sometimes for the ward that's left with very few people.
We thought we were going to have a good
For a second hour. Bringing Relief Society dinners to new moms, people who had surgery. This one had, for some reason, created some controversy on our Instagram.
It did?
But yeah, like some people are saying, you know, like being pregnant is hard too, or this and stuff. But I think it's sweet, so I'm fine with it. Even if the person like that brings me food doesn't ever talk to me again, that's okay.
Service is service.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what the Relief Society was supposed to do.
Yeah.
Is provide relief.
Yes, and I appreciate it. So.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, bringing like new neighbors treats or gifts or anything. I think that is just such a true thing to do.
Neighbor.
Hi, welcome. Here's some greener potatoes. It's a good thing. I think that's a cute thing.
And then this one was from one person, but I know that I don't know if it has to do with, like, I had said this one to my husband, and he's like, is that really just, like, people in the church, or is that just, like, a human experience? Which is being, like, huge fans of Star Wars, Harry Potter, and apparently Costco. And I think, I don't know, because I don't live on the general human experience side of things, but...
You're too cool.
But that doesn't even make sense what I just said. But anyways...
She's an alien. You gotta put in the clip of Homer Simpson opening the door. Oh, great, Mormon.
Hello. Oh, great. Mormons.
But yeah, I don't know. Costco is cool because Costco is cool, right? I don't know. What do you think? Do you think Harry Potter, Costco, and Star Wars are things that members are a little too hype about? This topic is things that you see or do at church, in church settings. And this one's pretty long, so maybe we should try to go a little faster on them, but I think that a lot of them are pretty relatable.
Yeah, it's like swarming new or inactive members. New people or inactive members when you get to church or after church.
Overwhelming, yeah.
Oh my gosh. And especially as a missionary, I remember doing that, being like, who's that? Just beelining it after sacrament. Or you try and sit close to them during the meeting or something.
Yeah. And okay, that one, I'll bring that one up again in a second. Okay. But we have requiring suit coats for bishoprics. Is that an actual requirement? Is that one real?
I don't think it is. I think it's just the facial hair, maybe. But I don't know. One of my high school teachers was a bishop, and homie was riding the goatee, Mr. Newman. Beast mode. I don't know. I think I've been in places where the bishop in my last area in my mission didn't have a suit coat.
Okay. And then this one also kind of goes with the church, like unspoken dress code. So like women feeling like they have to wear skirts or dresses. Like if you wear pants, then people will beeline it to you, assuming that you are not a member, which I think is definitely something that we should stop because if you are coming and you're just arriving at church to try to worship and be close to God and your Savior, like you're there. Like that's the most important thing is that you make it there. And so I think that if anyone ever says anything to you about your dress or makes you feel like you're not dressed appropriately for church, I don't know.
If you're having these thoughts or you're crying, it means you're feeling the Spirit. And sometimes that's not it. Sometimes you're just crying.
Sometimes it's just the feels.
Yeah, and that's okay. Not everything is the Spirit.
Yeah, which also I think is important to know if you are someone who never cries when you like bear your testimony or say something inspiring to someone. Like
you're normal.
You can still feel Spirit and never cry about it. So inviting lots of friends and family. We kind of talked about this a little bit to like baby blessings or farewell talks, kind of like fill in the congregation with people who are not in that ward.
I'm gonna laugh this week.
Go ahead.
Moms spending half of their talk or their testimony introducing their family, like, "Hi, we're the Smiths, and my husband is Josh. This is my son Matthew, my other son Lehi, my other son Lemuel, and Sam." And then just go off. Why
are they naming him Lemuel?
I don't know. Just to make sure they don't get it. They can flip the narrative.
Yeah, flip the narrative.
We're from here. We moved here. We went here.
Tells their whole life stories. The kids are like, "Oh, they're getting embarrassed in the audience."
Yeah, it's so silly. I love you guys.
Another one is starting your talk or testimony with a joke or telling the story about how you got asked to give the talk and you're like, Bishop should never call. I can't answer
I didn't want to do it, but he said he'd give me $5.
Guys.
Get original. That's all. Anyways, only using the right hand while taking the sacrament. That is official policy.
Yes, but if you see someone, let's say someone who, I don't know, doesn't know, and they take the sacrament with the left hand, are we going to say that that's invalid?
We judge them immediately. We say, "Hey, no," because like I don't.
How if it is actual doctrine? How do you teach someone without making them feel like you're judging the way that they do?
It's very interesting because it was in the handbook for a while, and then they took it out. In the most recent version of the handbook, it's in there. It says the sacrament should be when possible should be taken with the right hand, which does. It just relates to the temple. And when I think about it,
right.
Like it matters like which way you perform ordinances, and it's very, very interesting. But there's a lot more details that we'll find out someday.
Yeah.
But I don't think it makes it invalid. Yeah. Because like, what if you're a mom and you got your baby in your right hand? And, what am I supposed to do? Just like switch hands?
Bottom line is that God understands us more. So. Yeah, maybe it's not your place to judge, but if you were ever wondering, it's in the handbook.
Yeah.
So. Fast Sunday open mics, like the Fast and Testimony meetings, sometimes those can get a little wild.
Sometimes
because
they're great.
you don't have any way to know what someone's going to say or who's going to come up.
Congratulating people when they get a certain calling, which the person who got that calling was probably like, please, no, I didn't want it. Stop.
Yeah, like congratulating. Like
I'm sure.
How about we can say, if you ever need any help in this calling, whatever, like, I'm here for you or something.
Or saying, like, hey, I think you're really good with it. I think you're going to do great in your new calling. I'm so happy to see that you're in this bishop. And like, hey, good job. It's like, no, you shouldn't seek after that.
No one applied for the callings and
I've been working my
went
whole
through
life
interview.
to be the secretary of the Lord.
My time has come.
This one, someone said, always ending sacrament with a male speaker. And I don't know if everyone does that. I can't think back on all of my sacrament meetings to know if that's true. I don't think they would do that intentionally. But maybe someone's just noticing this especially. But they also said never having enough women speakers at General Conference, and I stand by that. So
that's true.
The ending with the male thing, it actually was like an official.
It was?
For a long time.
Ooh.
Like David Grant as bishop is very particular about not doing that because like. So
it's not
everyone around
it's not a
him
thing, but it was a thing.
He's like, no.
I was thinking I have memories of someone in the bishopric like bearing like a little testimony, like wrapping up at the end, even when time is out. And I wonder if that was because a girl spoke before.
Probably part of it.
That's so interesting.
Because it's like if your wife speaks, then like it's almost like you're the. I don't know, because if you have like an apostle and their wife,
it's always the wife
will speak first, but you want to hear like the apostle at the end.
Weird. Even in these situations, the talks are the same length.
Interesting. Yeah. There are so many different responses we got, and so many different.
And we can't stop ourselves from elaborating.
They're just so good, and they're all very relevant, and we've experienced them quite a bit. So we're gonna make this into 2 parts, just so we can split it up. But be looking out for part 2.
Yes. In part 2, we talk about even more crazy things.